Will we buy, wait, or avoid? Okay, I'm going to count to three.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the third episode of Singapore's Real Estate Explained, where you can find us on Spotify, I think IG Reels, as well as Facebook and YouTube, right? The previous time we covered the first part of Tembusu Grand's analysis, and we covered a little bit more about the generic information of the developments, what are some of the upcoming land bids that happen, as well as, the master plan. So if you haven't watched part 1, please stop the video right now, go on to part 1 and watch it first. And at the end of the video just now, you can see whether Chris and I, we said buy, wait, or avoid. Bow. Okay? And today's episode, right, in episode 3, we are going deep into the numbers.
Yep.
Technical analysis, our team has come up with a strategy to identify the right entry price for a development, estimating what the exit price will be upon completion.
Yes.
It's going to be numbers today.
My
of course,
favorite.
His favorite. None other than we have the geek himself, the Director of Investments of JNA Real Estate, the Mr. Scholar, Christian O. Okay, Christian O, bring me through the technical analysis of Tembusu Grand.
Right, so today we analyze more on numbers.
Yep.
It's split into two main parts. One is technical analysis and one is a comparative analysis.
Beautiful.
Yep. So how technical analysis work is, first thing first, what we did, is to analyze the entire District 15, to understand what is the intrinsic value of the properties. But before that, we need to understand what is this thing called a freehold premium. Because before you compare all the condominiums, we need to make sure that they are of the similar status.
Yep.
So what we did is we actually took District 9, 10, and 15, the freehold premium between the 99-year and the freehold.
Yep.
Why so? It's because these are well-known areas,
Yep.
and in Singapore they are known to be of quite an equivalent kind of prestige that we are seeing right now.
And fun fact, District 15 used to be where the rich people stay. Then once Orchard was developed, then they shifted to D9. Whereas the D9 is a little congested, now we're seeing a great migration happening towards the District 15 area, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, great.
So you can see over here, the average freehold premium, they're going at about 8.94% on average for the past 3 years. So what we did is took the past 3 years data, the gap in between the freehold and leasehold, and we average it out to give you 8.94.
And the interesting thing about this chart is that in the past, I believe the orange line is leasehold, right?
Yes.
You take a look at how leasehold used to have a premium over freehold lands back in 2008. Interesting, right?
Very interesting.
Yeah, so we took the past 15 years of data to show you. And the reason why we only analyzed the 3 years of data is because I think recency and relevancy of data right now is important. Post 2017, the market has transformed. Actually, the biggest change in the market, when you see the biggest dip, happened from 2013 to 2015, where you're going to see plenty of cooling measures came in. And that's the reason why, based on recency of data, we are going to be analyzing only from 2018 onwards, or 2020 onwards, right?
2020 onwards.
2020 onwards makes sense as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. So what we did for investment team is to look at the freehold 1 bedroom. So what we did is we actually prorate all the 99-year into freehold. So we add a freehold premium to all the 99-year average 1 bedder prices, and we plot it based on the completion date. So the x-axis is the completion date, which represents when the unit is completed, for that particular development. And we write down the pricing, the average pricing of all the 1 bedders within the development. So with that, we actually found a very interesting curve line, which is using technical analysis, which give an order of 3. This is a bit more technical. X to the power cube, x squared plus x. And we have R square value of 0.37, which is not that great for 1 bedder, but later we see better R square value for the 2, 3, and 4 bedders. So using that, what we do is, how we apply this particular formula is, using the completion date of Jalan Tembusu, which is 2027, we plug it into the equation. From there, we can technically find out what is the freehold price of the 1 bedder over there, which gives us around 2,994 per square feet. That is in 2027, what you plan to expect. With a very comfortable entry price. And subsequently, you net off the freehold premium back to 99-year, you can get back indicated intrinsic value of 2726 per square feet.
So I think what the investment team has done is that they have used a polynomial curve, right?
Yes.
But we are just trying to sort out the R squared. R squared value here, what does R squared mean? Maybe you can explain
So
to
R square, very good. R square value represents the correlation, how much correlated is in terms of the year and also of the price.
The year of completion as well as the PSF, right? So I think the investment team has done the analysis ever since the completion of 1975 to get a polynomial curve like this. And they gave us a brief conservative estimation of what the TOP price can be, assuming ceteris paribus, everything is similar, the market moves the same way, at 2,726 PSF for 99 years, one bedroom eventually, right? Correct. Which also means that if you have a one bedroom in Tembusu Grand that is launched above 2,726 PSF, be ready. ASMR. Be ready.
You're right. But one thing about this one bedder, yes, is that because you can see over here, what the R square value is usually if above 0.5, it will show a better correlation. But for this, if you take note, ever since 2015 to about 2020, 2023 this year, only one launch was here. So it wasn't a very good indicator for one bedroom. But for 2, 3, 4, you will see better correlation.
Understand. So a comfortable R square will be something that's above 0.5 to 0.7. If you can get something that's at 1,
wow, that's perfect correlation. Means all the data points lies along this curve.
Either perfect correlation or misconstrued data that's adjusted.
Which is something that we wonder.
So maybe we just share with you a little bit more about that and how we actually did all of these things, right? I can tell you the investment team put an all-nighter for weeks.
Yes.
Thank you, Caleb.
Yes.
And what he did was he scraped all the data that's available. He ensured that all the transactions are in before being able to plot something like this. And it all started with the vision of the investment team saying that, you know what? Enough is enough. We're not going to just run into assumptions. And yes, some assumptions on the ground experience and investment acumen helps in investing. And it has helped our clients make money, right? But right now, as Kiasu investment team, and being in a very dynamic market where everything is changing, so volatile, banks are crashing, banks are buying over other banks, right? Layoffs are happening. We want to be protected. That's the reason why we analyze everything. And right now, as we are speaking, we are still identifying some factors that are correlating. So journey with us and grow with us as we improve this investment team together as well.
Definitely.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And one last thing to take note about this graph, we actually omitted all the small developments because we want it to be apple-to-apple comparative.
Yes.
Rather than lumping all the small developments, they have, like as I mentioned, value trap, a lower PSF, but it drags down the another graph. So this is something we want to make sure is as close to representative of what the actual value is.
Yes. So apple-to-apple comparison, bigger developments compared with the remaining bigger developments in the district as well. Yeah. So there's no small developments that's compared in this area.
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Next, let's take a look at the two betas. Two beta you can see has more promising data because of more data points that we can actually trace.
Better R square, 0.56. Yeah.
Yes, above 0.5. So these are things that we notice that with this, the freehold premium they look at in 2027, will be 3,282.81 per square feet. And for 99 year, it's around 2,987 per square feet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just indicative values that we use for TA, but to be more accurate and also to have a more multifaceted view, we're looking at comparative analysis later on.
Yes. I think most of the industry, what they're doing is that they're using comparative analysis more. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But there's still a lot of assumptions that we go for. But like buying a stock, right? Not only do you want to do fundamental analysis, you also hope to go into technical analysis as well. But one of the reasons why a lot of agencies or a lot of realtors aren't able to go technical analysis because they're very busy and it's very hard to scrape all the data, right?
Yes, correct.
Which our dear friend has done and our investment team has done a great job in doing. I like this because the R square seems to be above 0.5, which means that there is actually a relatively strong correlation factor. So what I'm trying to say, or what Chris is trying to say in summary, is a 99 years 2-bedroom on average that's completed in the year 2027, you are going to see a rough estimate of exit price at 2,987 per square foot. Am I right?
Correct.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And next, in terms of the 3 bedrooms, once we look over here, freehold is around 3,000. Exit price for 3-bedroom 99 is 2,752 per square feet in 2027. Okay, so there's some things some numbers you all can look forward to when it comes to entering a 99-year land plot in that of District 15.
So from a layman perspective, right, the points in blue are the condominium developments, are individual unique condominium developments in District 15.
Correct.
So what the investment team has done is that they have drawn a polynomial line based on the best fit and to see, what is the best estimation that we can get. Ultimately, in investments, there's no assured gains. What we can do is to make sure that we are as close to the estimation as possible.
Yes.
And I'm so proud to say that I think this is the first investment team in the world that has done TA for real estate investments.
In Singapore, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So last but not least, let's take a look at the 4-bedroom. 4-bedroom, they're looking at 3235 per square feet and 99 around 2946 per square feet.
Yes.
So once again, these are just indicative. I think we can look at comparative analysis later on to have another point of view. But there's some things that we are still in the midst of improving, and look at the R square value. Sorry for this. R square value.
We have been trying it out with a lot of the developments, and we are seeing that it has been quite accurate, right?
Yes.
But what we can do is to improve the accuracy as we go along with more data points as well. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So you see 3-bedroom R square value is 0.557, and then 4-bedroom is around 0.65. Okay. That's something that we notice. It's quite interesting, and something we can keep a lookout for in terms of PSF when you see 2027.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road, we can look back at this,
yes,
and we'll review how accurate this is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hopefully we're right. And one thing about District 15 is that it's also important for you to get an agent that has on-the-ground experience to know the ease of selling some units. And not only that, District 15, there are a lot of different kinds of 4-bedrooms. You have 4-bedrooms with private lift, 4-bedrooms with two balconies, 4-bedrooms with 2 kitchens. There's so many things, right?
Yeah.
So this is just a generic numbers-driven TA for us to see what the exit price will be. But later on, as we go into the comparative analysis, you can have a more holistic view as well. Then meet up with the brokers to talk about, based on the experience and investment acumen, what you should consider and what are some of the pitfalls that you should avoid.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Because besides technical and comparative, there's also this thing called like a qualitative analysis.
Absolutely.
Where you really need on-the-ground experience, because each property is heterogeneous, it's different.
Yeah.
So that's something that what Jervis says is absolutely correct.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So something interesting that if we think, because we always fear like 99 within freehold, can you really make money in real estate? But something you've noticed, a very interesting example is seaside residences. They bought at 1,006, which is actually below that of the curve. So how you read this curve, right? What you can actually take a look at. If you notice that your PSL currently is bought below this curve, okay, based on a TOP date, your completion date TOP later on, you offer same margin, means you can gain the margin.
Yeah.
Because what happened for that of the seaside residences launched at almost 1,006 over here and a TOP in 2021. So when subsequently the gap they gain, you can see the profit margin for 99-year land plot in Freehold Enclave, although it seems to be it's a bit like the fear that can exit the profit margin. Okay, for a 2-bedroom, you can see 764 square feet. The profit make 751K. This is insane. Insane. And that's something that we notice is all boils back down to the purchase price at 1,006 and selling at 2,005 now, which
absolutely.
is
and this shows the accuracy of the investment modeling, because you take a look at the sale price at 2,005 per square foot, right? And then if you go all the way back, it's all right.
All the way back.
Here you can see that the indicative 2-bedroom projected in the year 2021 is also close to 2,005 per square foot, right? There's definitely going to be some that is so under because there are some owners who are looking to sell it urgently or sell it a little faster, but actually the price will be around 2,005. So with this investment metric, we are able to also identify what will be a fair exit price. And some of our owners, they always ask us, how long should I hold until? Yeah. So actually this answer can be answered very quickly. With this investment modeling and in this investment metric, you are able to identify when your property can reach the age of maturity, where it hits the pinnacle price, the peak price. And anything that once you hit that price, you can really consider to exit, right? Yes. And as we go back to seaside residences, one thing that you're going to notice is seaside residences, one thing you'll notice is all the way to the right? You can see annualized gains of 8.8%, 5%, 4%, right? All the way to the right, the percentage, right? And one thing that you're going to note is this. A lot of people say that, buying just recently, my stock portfolio just recently, right, made above 10 plus 20%, right? But what's the funny thing? Previous 2 weeks, it was down, right? 8%, it is not a very good return. But this is ROI, which means this is actually based off the absolute purchase price, the entire quantum of the property. Yes. And if you think about the cash on cash returns, right? Let's take a look at this. $751,000 profit. This property, I believe, was bought around, purchase price 1,006, right? So it's about, let me do some quick math. About 1.3 million, right? Let's say 1.3 million. Let's say you put on a down payment of, let's say 25%. You're talking about putting $280,000 or $300,000 to make a return of $751,000. Minusing off your agent commission, minusing off the expenses, it's going to be $700K. $300,000 to make $700,000. We're talking about more than a 200% increase.
Yeah, our catch on cash.
3 years. This is they held for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
That's a 40% increase per year. So a lot of people say real estate is not as good as stocks. I beg to differ. Actually, maybe because we don't know how to choose the right stock. Yeah. So,
And the annualized percentage is annualized. It means per annum is 8.8%.
absolutely.
But there's something you take note is, if you use leverage, I mean, what Jervis says is absolutely correct. Leverage, you are able to gain like a 20 to 30% year-on-year return. That's something that we're looking at. That's why real estate is very exciting for us because we know that there's still a market in real estate, especially if it's your first investment property.
Yes.
It's something that is worth looking at.
Yes. And another thing that I just want to mention is this. Remember, when it comes to real estate investments, it's about holding, period.
Yes.
You need to have the prudence and the affordability to hold. Because if you are someone who can't hold a property and you sell it at an undervalued price or fire sale price, then you should not even consider real estate investments. Okay. So exercise great prudence when buying. Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Then you see the rest also for some of the other 2-beders or 2+ study, they also made around 450, 400K, 470 if they exited last year in 2021.
Phenomenal profits in D15. Huh?
Yes, that's crazy. And it's a 99 land plot. So that's something that if you look at intrinsic value, more than its freehold, leasehold status. But of course, it's something to to look out for. If 99 really freehold, that's something we may be a little concerned. But as long as the entry price is right, we know that there is still a opportunity for exiting at the right pricing.
Yeah. And if you take a look at the bought price in 2017, and they all happened in April, which is exactly about 6 years ago, most of them are bought at the same price, but you see the purchase price, the PSF is different, even though for the same size unit, similar size units. And what makes this purchase price PSF different is because of the floor level. So you can see some floors that are way higher, like 1827 that was bought in 31st May 2021. You see they bought about 1,008 per square foot. And that's also the reason why when it comes to buying a property, your entry price must be chosen accurately, because that severely diminishes your profits, right? There's about 400K lesser than the initial profit, the highest profit that achieved at 700. And it's just on the 5th floor.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. So sometimes low floor people always say, wow, I cannot sell and things like that. But you notice the highest profits will come in the low to mid floor.
Yes. And the profits doesn't come because you can exit at a higher price. The logic that higher floor units can be sold higher makes sense.
Yes.
But it also means that you're buying higher. If you buy the higher floor units at the same price or comparative by low floor units, of course you buy the higher floor. Yeah.
All right. Great. All right. So it's something to take note. All right. So next part, we look at comparative analysis, which is what usually most individual industry will do. Okay. So the first thing is compare is to look at the surrounding the D15 condo, Naya. The most easily compared example is Live MB. Yeah. You can see. So on average, the average PSF is around 2,539 per square feet. Okay. And typically, if you look over here, most of this is around 2.4 to 2.5 have been transacted. Some, of course, at 2.2 for the lower floor or the not so good facing, but on average, it's about 2.5 on average. So this provides us a pretty strong baseline in terms of looking at this Tembusu Grand to see if you have this benchmark 2.4 to 2.5. Currently, what we're entering, if it's 2.3, 2.4. It's still an apple-to-apple comparative. Yeah, and I'm seeing that a 9 years project in Mountbatten, Live at MB, right? It's going at an average PS of 2,008 per square foot. Yeah. So this indicative. And for some cases, as I mentioned, what Jervis mentioned correctly, he actually went up to almost 2.6, 2.8, 2.9. These are the later ones that recently was purchased for the 2-beders, in fact, to be more comparable in terms of the apple-to-apple comparative. If
I'm not wrong, 1807 and Stack 08 has great views because it's unblocked. But think about it, if today you're buying at 2,009 per square foot, you want to exit at 3,002 to 3,003 for break-even. And I think there may be a possibility. And that's the reason why Live at MB sets quite a strong moat buffer for Tembusu Grand, right? If 2 bedrooms that are exiting at, let's say, on average 3,000 PSF, you are quite certain that you buy anything under 3,000 PSF in a 2-bedroom in Jalan Tembusu Grand that's going to TOP later. There's a good chance that there'll be some profit margins as well.
Correct. Yep. And in fact, good news is you can see it's almost 86%, 87% sold.
So quick.
So typically, I mean, this is a very healthy transaction because if you only see 10% sold, 20, you'll be worried that if you enter this price, are you able to exit?
And we made the prediction, right, just now that upon launch, right, 1 and 2 bedrooms will be sold out first. Right?
Yes.
And what you're seeing here is that, yes, there's only 1 2-bedroom left and plenty of 3 and 4 bedrooms available as well. Yeah.
Correct. So notice that the 2 bedrooms here seems to have a higher demand to exit. But even for the 3 and 3 bedroom deluxe, you can notice, there's only 8 units left for the 3 and 24 units left, which is almost less than 20% of the inventory to, I say, about 50% inventory for the 3-bedroom deluxe.
Yeah.
So this is a good trace of where is the demand for this area.
Absolutely. There are some developments that you see that individuals buying 3-bedroom deluxe can make more money than the 3 bedrooms. And the reason behind that is because some of the 3-bedroom deluxe, it's more of a practical layout for upgraders with helpers who needs a separate room. So it doesn't mean that buying bigger or buying deluxe, right, it's a waste of money or it doesn't make money. You have to make sure that you understand what is the demographics that you're selling to in the secondary market. And from there, then you can understand it better as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And next is already almost fully sold Amber Park last 2 or 3 units left. Typically, there's...
And the 5 bedrooms, right?
The 5 bedrooms. Yeah, most are 5 bedrooms. And you see Amber Park sub-sale for a freehold, 743 square feet, 2-bed, 2-bath is already going at 2,008 per square feet at 2+ million, 262727. So you factor in, as I mentioned, the around 9+% of freehold premium downwards. Typically you'll be looking at around 26 plus. I say 26 to 225 to exit for even a 99-year in this area.
Absolutely. And I believe that Amber Park may not be an apple-to-apple comparison to Tembusu Grand because of the locality as well as some of the units offering sea views, right? But this also shows the confidence and the health of District 15 projects as it TOPs. And the funny thing here is the keys for Amber Park has not been collected yet.
Yeah.
Which also means that these buyers who bought it in a sub-sale market hasn't even seen the actual unit.
Yes, you're right.
2008. Good news for Mayor Mansion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You notice, you're right, exactly right. And what Joyce mentioned is correct. You may want to factor in a little more downside premium because Amber area, I think some people may mention, is a much more prestige area as compared to Live MB or even like Giant Tembusu area. So you factor out another 10%. There's some things you can actually do some gauge to find what is the comparable intrinsic value of Giant Tembusu.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, and this is already close to, left is last 6 units. Actually, today is 3 units.
Just today.
3
units left.
3 units left.
Yeah. But don't go for the hype or the FOMO mentality, okay? I think whatever there's left in Amber Park, buy it if you like it. That's what I'm going to say.
Correct. And you notice Amber Park, something to take note, it's very interesting. You're right, don't go for the hype because see, people bought at the start.
Yeah.
They bought around 2.5, 2.6 even. Yeah. Before there was a adjustment of pricing, which our client bought at around 2.4, 2.3, 2.4 on average. These are times where buying at the right entry price is more important for the hype.
We had a client that entered at about 2,003 per square foot, 2.4 per square foot, even though it was years after the launch because the developer came out with a bounce out unit. Right now, her unit is at a sub-sale of 2007 to 2008 really. And she's so happy. And she just bought something from us recently again.
Yes.
Yeah. So some things to take note of in a development, okay? And this is something that I think most developers are going to say.
Yes.
When you walk into the show flat and it looks magnificent, be worried. I remember this show flat at launch day, it was the Apple office of show flats. It's so beautiful, right? Wow. Yeah. But after that, it started seeing market slowing down, then there are better opportunities that come out, right? Yes. So be careful, okay? We're going to give you some tips as we go along. And this is just what it's fun things that we have found out as well.
Don't be too emotional.
Yeah, don't be too emotional. Yeah, and that's why you always have a bodyguard like us to make sure you're not too emotional. Yeah.
Yes. You hold our client, put them back and say, please don't buy.
Please don't buy. We have done it a couple of times. Yeah. Believe it or not, we have done it a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next up, in the 99 year, Silver Sea, you can see the PSF. Okay, this is close to a 2007, close to I say a 15-year-old property. Yeah. Silver Sea, they are already transacted. You can see. Okay, for the bigger 2-beders is 1.764 million, 1,764 per square feet. But take note, besides looking at per square feet, there's one thing you have to take note is the quantum. What's the price? Because it may seem to be low PSF. But what happened is that the PSF, I mean the price they were looking at for 2-bedder, they're going 1.88 million. So you know that currently people are willing to take the 99-year land plot that's 15 years old at 1.8 million. If you enter something at close as 1.5, 1.6, thereabout, I would say subsequently, we can sell, you have some safety buffer. Yeah. In some cases, you see 969 square feet. Of course, this is a slightly more premium area. Okay, for Silver Sea, around 2.05 million. These are the range you have been looking at because of the area itself. I
believe one of the units are those that we have sold, right?
Yes, we have sold one.
Yeah. Okay. Correct. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
All right. So that's for this. Okay. And you can see profit margin, even for 99-year, it bought at right price. You see, some of them did not actually bought at launch. They bought later on. For some of the resale, they also make about this amount of profit, even for 99-year leasehold within a freehold enclave. This is something very
interesting. I see our clients unit there at the top 3, top 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Top 3. Actually, the top. Yeah.
Number 2. Yeah.
2. Yeah. All right. So these are things that we notice that if you were to buy at the right price, even as a resale, interestingly, in 2018, 2016, even where exit later on, it's all about entry price rather than simply just about freehold or leasehold status.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think what's most important is to take a look at the entry price. Yeah. It's not, okay. So, investing in real estate has a myriad of factors, right? And you just have to follow all the factors, right?
Yes.
For the past 4 years, we have done it. Not going to jinx it, but we did well, right? So, big development, the right entry price. How do we identify right entry price? This go through our trademarked investment philosophies, the way we do our valuation metrics to estimate what the completion price should be, technical analysis, comparative analysis, and also be able to get a good undervalued deal in the market, right? There are a lot of people who say, are there undervalued deals in the market? Actually, you have to wait sometimes. We hunt for undervalued deals, right? And that's the reason why most of the buyers we work with are on an exclusive basis, because everybody wants a good deal, right? And it requires us to put all nighters to find good deals, right? In negotiation as well. Yeah. So exercise prudence. Don't join the hype. Remember this. Yeah.
Correct. All right. And in terms of seaside residents, I mentioned just now, you can see they already transacted at 1.78 million. This for a 99-year, 786 square feet a unit. Okay, 1.98 for the one that make the 700K, this is 1.98 million. And typically you can see this a 99-year from 2016. Okay, location-wise, also not as compared to Amber. It's quite similar in terms of region, especially near to the Leaf MB site.
Yeah.
So these are things that we take note, because when it comes to exiting, if we are confident that surrounding 99-year have already been sold at 1.7, 1.98, we have some safety buffer we can keep a lookout for.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. And yes, and this is something that's very old, called the Azu.
Yeah.
Very old, 2001. In fact, it's close to a 21-year-old property. The two-bedder, of course, they are bigger, but they're asking at close to a 1.88 2 million. So these are some confidence that we have when it comes to looking for exit strategy. That although we are looking at something that's smaller in size, but it's brand new, so it compensates for the size and subsequently knowing where the exit strategies are.
I understand.
Okay, and one example that we have here is this place called Royal Green. I don't know, you heard Royal Green at Bukit Timah. For most clients over here, if you heard of this project, it's actually a smaller size unit within freehold enclave where the quantum they're all asking 2.5, 2.6 million. And people will be wondering, hey, if I buy at 1.7, can I really exit? Because developments over there are usually big units. That's something that will be more worried. But currently the valuation went up to close to a 1.9 or thereabout. And these are some things that we take note, because even though units can be smaller, we notice that as long as entry price is right and there's even a price to hedge against in the surrounding area, we are confident to exit. I mean, even at 2.1, and there's still a gap between the new and the old, and compensate because it's just a brand new development.
Absolutely. So I think that what Chris is trying to say, and just to summarize what you mentioned, is despite how the unit may look like, ultimately it's still about the price. I always run this analogy with my team. I say today, if there's a bare plot of land that's right outside a house, right, and there's a 1,000 square feet land full of mice, full of rubbish, and then full of trash. Will you buy it for $2? Actually, not. Some people they'll say yes, right? Most, and I ask them, will you buy for $200,000? A lot of them they say, maybe not. Really? I will buy it for $200,000 if it's a 1,000 square feet land right in front. Of course, I know what's a master plan, right? But this is what I'm trying to say. Entry price is key. Right? You can buy at a lousy location, but you buy undervalued, you get the money. You get to earn some profits from it as well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this our returns, you can see this is a long-term hold. Even a 99 property within this area, which could it's not really especially Amber area. But they themselves also a long-term hold. We see a 900 to 1.2 million gain for a 99 property. So if you're worried that a 99 cannot exit in the future for District 15, fret not, because the Singapore real estate, as I mentioned, the next land bids are always going higher and higher. Absolutely. And as long as there's some price to hedge against and bought at right entry price right now, the exit is safe.
Absolutely.
So with this, okay, we had run through the last example, a 99-year land plot, which is the Shore. Okay, this 99-year land plot is near towards Amber area. It's a 99-year, interestingly, 103 years to be exact. And typically, the profit margin today, okay, you can see sale price 2009. 2006, okay, unit area 872. Boy, 2010, exit 2022, a bit long, yes, but profit margin is still there.
Yeah.
That's something that we are assured as long as you buy at the right entry price.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's something that we hope to conclude with.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's something that we have come to the end of this comparative analysis which you can take a look at.
Absolutely. And I think one thing as we go back to the shore, right, you can see that most of them bought 2010. I believe that was the year where this project was launched, right? And then you can see that most of them were sold, those with the highest return on equity, every single annualized gains was sold in 2013, 2014, right? And then those without, even though the highest profit is like $500,000, you see, but the annualized profit is just 3.5%, right? So actually what it means is this, right? Always exit at a proper timing, right? Don't drag too long sometimes, right?
Correct.
I always advise my clients, sometimes don't because of a few $100,000, you decide that you want to exit way later because there's opportunity cost, right? So this is what we are seeing. You want to have better gains, you can have a shorter term holding period. Of course, depends on the economic conditions then.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we have come to the end of this episode on Tembusu Grand. Finally, a wrap up to Tembusu Grand.
Yes.
Till now, we still don't know what the launch price of Tembusu Grand is, but we are actually doing this video so that once our clients have understood the launch prices of Tembusu Grand, then we will make a decision as to which unit to choose for them. Because ultimately, choosing the right development is just 30% of the battle one. The 70% is down to the unit and then the layout, right?
Correct.
So, as per all videos, right?
Yes.
I'm going to ask just two questions, okay? The last two questions. Number one, would you buy, would you wait, or would you avoid Tembusu Grand? I hope CDL and MCR didn't see this. And number two, any last words for someone, watching this video right now, wanting to have the assurance that he or she should buy the unit? Let's start with the last words first.
Last words. Honestly, sometimes, it comes to balloting, right? Advice client is, then try, see what ballot number you get.
Yeah.
If the entry price is right on that day, you can go ahead, but don't be emotional, because if you're emotional and going just to get a unit, and especially investments, you will tend to be clouded in terms of your view of how it seems. Yeah, that's something that is how I approach in terms of balloting. But yeah, how about you?
I think that with the recent launches that's coming up soon, with the Continuum, and then you have Grand Diamond that's coming out. Continuum, I heard that the indicative launch price will be about 3,000 per square foot. Anything that is under 2,005 per square foot for a 2-bedroom or one, I think you can consider. 1-bedroom, I think you have to be a bit more conservative, maybe slightly lower. But 3 or 4 seems to be better picks for me in Tembusu Grand. Yeah. So yeah, these are our parting words to you. All the best to you. And will we buy, wait, or avoid? Okay, I'm going to count to 3. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Still wait. Okay, why wait, right? Okay, I think why wait?
Okay, why wait? Because as I mentioned, the entry price is very important.
Yes.
So waiting also means balloting, okay, and not being rash in terms of buying, and understanding what the market is, what is the intrinsic value, and being very firm in that.
Yes.
And then only then you can be able to make the profits you want for real estate investments.
Absolutely. I think that never ever go into a emotional purchase before even knowing what the launch price is. Understand what the entry price is first before going in. And last but not least, I think what's most important is that you need to understand that during launch day, there's going to be now currently, based on there are more new launches that's up this year, average about 40 to 50% take up during launch day, right? It doesn't mean that you have lost opportunity. Sometimes developers nearing the 80% mark, they can't sell some units, they'll start dropping some prices. Just exercise prudence when entering, as I've mentioned a lot of times, right? So thank you so much for watching this episode of Singapore's Real Estate Explained. If you are with us on Spotify, hi once again. If you're watching this through YouTube, hello to you. Please remember to share this video with your friends, educate people with us so that we can empower individuals, Singaporeans, right, specifically, to make very good decisions when it comes to real estate investments. If you have yet to subscribe to our JNA Real Estate main channel, please do so. In the next episode of Singapore's Real Estate Explained, we're going to cover a little bit more about how the huge layoffs as well as the collapse of banks will affect Singapore's property. We are a little late to the news, but I think that the aftermath and the rippling effect of it we haven't reached full circle yet. So please remember, stay tuned to our next investment video. This is Singapore's Real Estate Explained podcast or video powered by the JNA Investments team. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.